Hi, everybody. Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. I am going to be making something more to go with the thing I've been working on for the past 3 weeks now, which are not having sound. Got to get rid of that. Which are my little hashtag love blocks. That's their final name. Although I did just write only hashtag in the title of today's video because I got to go change the name. Once I put the whole quilt together, I'm going to change the name of the whole entire thing. So I'm going to come over here and see who is all here. All right, I'm going to try to do this quickly. We got Kim here, Jacqueline, Susan, Yo-Yo, Donna, Linda, June, Deanna, Dorlin, Tracy. No. I hate when that happens. I'm at Tracy, right? There, Tracy. Susan, Julie, Tanya, Dar, Delia, Tracy, Paula, Susan, Judy, Kat, Paula, I already said. Oh, that's another Paula. Kim is welcoming everybody individually. Thank you for that, Kim. We got Angela here. Glennie is here. Kathleen is here. Mary. March is here. Larry, Darlene, Lori, Teresa. Howdy again, Teresa. I've been seeing you a lot around today. We got Sandy, Vicky, Terry, June, Melissa, April, 1914 something, Kioti, Kioti? I'll just say 1914. Mary Jane, Melissa, where did it go? Rowena, Kat, Beverly, Linda, Nadine, Amanda, Shirley, Angela, Julie, Paula, Linda, Nancy, Janet, Deborah, Joanne, Blaze, Michelle, Linda, Polly, Scrunchins, another Linda, Melina. My mommy is here, Beth Prickett. Anita, Karen, Deborah, Linda, Doreen, Robin, Nancy, Sarah, Elizabeth, Kay, Becky, Lori, another Linda, and dang it, there it did it again. I don't know why this screen does what it does, but this one likes to jump. It does it when I'm on other people's chats too. It's weird. Sarah, Kay, Becky, Lori, Tammy, Bernie, Jacqueline, France, Lois, Phyllis, Marie, Sandra, Angela, Courtney, Linda, Phyllis, Joyce, Loretta, Janet, oh my goodness, why does this keep doing this? Not Janet. Where's the Janet name? Right there. Jill, Nancy, Pam, Lisa, Janice, Shirley, James, Lucille, Melissa. You guys are saying hi to each other. No need to be so rude. Someone's saying get on with it. So fun creations. Patricia, Cheryl, Donna, and Kentucky Lady. All right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. And if I missed your name, I'm sorry. Welcome. So again, these wonderful, lovely blocks, there are 28 of them. Well, 28 isn't enough for me to lay on point. Seriously, I just laid them out. So what I'm going to do is I actually went through my stash, which is throughout my room. And obviously I was using the white. I'm going to continue using some more white. I have about 2 yards maybe left. But I also found this cream. Ready to see how perfect the color is? It matches. So there's a cream I'm going to use, or tan, or whatever you want to call the color. And then here is a blue. So let's find the one with that perfect pretty blue so you can see how close this color really comes. Look at that. So that's perfect. And then I have this red, which again, perfect. So I'm going to take these 3 colors and I'm going to cut some squares out. And I know it's 3 colors, so I'm not going to continue on completely with these. I'm actually going to make some hearts and turn this into a 100% heart hashtag. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to make red hearts, blue hearts, and cream hearts. And I'm going to use the white as the parts to make the hearts. And this is all just off of memory on how to make a heart block. So what I'm going to do is take my yardage and move it over here. And if you have questions along the way, make sure you ask Scott and he will get to them and read them out to me. I'm going to move this under here for now. So these blocks are 9 inches. So what I'm going to do is cut 9-inch squares from these, and then I'm just going to snowball on the pieces that I need just to make it go faster. And then the little pieces I'll use on something else. And my fabric is not pressed, and I really don't care. I'm just going to start cutting. If I could find a ruler, lay this there nicely. I'm just going to straighten this edge up over here. I don't know how well you guys can even see over here. And I need a left-handedable. You guys like my talking? A left-handedable. Now I'm going to say that every time I say left hand. It's my left-handable cutter so that I can make my nice straighten it up cut. And then I'm going to come over and line this up on a line. So that way I can come over a 1/2 inch, because this is an 8.5 inch ruler, and make it on the 9. So, oops. Just need to come over 1/2 of an inch so that I have a 9-inch block that I'm cutting out. 9-inch right there. Right there. And I guess I'll just use this because it's right here and I don't have to reach for anything. And I'm going to make 2 9-inch cuts. Let's go over to the 18 now. Cut there. So I'm going to just move those out of the way. And I'm just going to take 2 cuts off of all 3 of these colors that are 9 inches. So I need my left-handable cutter again. I love it. I love that I can just...
Did you get some
special nourishment? No.
I don't know what that means.
Nope, I'm just hyper. With no name. That makes me a hyper girl. Okay. I did piece the rose for my next quilt that I started on the Zoom today. But since I've been working on this, I better get this done. And then I'll finish the other one later. Okay, there's 2 of those. And they're all different brands of fabric. I really don't care less what brands go in the same quilt. Is that already a nice straight line? It is. From the last time I used it. So I just need to come over to the 9 and the 18. Get my finger out from under the ruler. So for those that are joining, I'm just working on what I started last 3 weeks ago, 3 Sundays ago, which I need to change the name of all those videos, and I keep forgetting.
Nancy says, I love the ideas you come up with, Tiff.
Well, I'm definitely having fun with just keep going with this quilt. Like, why stop at these hashtag blocks? Why not make it bigger? All right, I'm going to move those out of the way. And we're going to subcut now. I don't know how many blocks I'll have total, but I'm just going to work with what I cut off for now. I'll probably have to cut 3 of each, but I have 28 current blocks. I need 28 more. I don't know. I'll stick it not on point because I'm going to be putting it together regular now. All right, now I'm going to stack all these up and cut these too.
I'm ironing today, right?
Yes, you are, Mr. Scotty.
Do I have time yet or no?
No, you have plenty of time.
Okay. I have to go pull that stuff around.
All right.
Computer with me.
Yep, Squeak, our favorite lovely iron Squeak, finally took a poop. He does not work no more. We took him apart. He will not turn on at all. So no more Squeak, guys. Now he's going to I picked up a GE iron from the thrift store for like $3 or $4 or something like that, like a couple months ago. And Scott said, why did you buy an iron? You have like 5. And I was like, because you never know when you're going to need it. Well, guess what? We need it now. So he's going to use the new iron. It's lightweight and it has a retractable cord because he doesn't like my heavy one and his wrist has been killing him and he's not ready to use the cordless. So we have a new iron that's going to be in use. Well, new to me because it came from a thrift store, but all right. Cutting it at the 18. And then cutting it at the 27. I'm just using the lines on my cutting mat. Oops, I just totally moved everything. This ruler has a grip on it, so as soon as it's placed down, if you accidentally move something, it moves the whole entire block and gets it off where it was supposed to be. So you got to be very careful when you lay these things down because it'll take the whole everything with you. See, everything goes with. All right, and I can't do nothing with those. They're just gonna go over there. I'm gonna stick this here, so that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 of each color. And we're gonna cut these ones now.
They're all saying they're gonna miss him.
Oh yeah. Yep. No more making your dogs go crazy while I'm live streaming from the sound of Squeak. And if you're new to my channel and don't know, Squeak was a shark iron. I think he was one of the best irons I ever owned. Like, and I don't name my machines or anything, but Squeak did get a name because he squeaked when I was on live stream. Everybody's cats and dogs were like freaking out. What's going on that screen? Because it was my iron going.
Everybody's saying how much they love your ruler.
Yeah, this is an amazing ruler, by the way. This was actually a gift to me, and I love this thing. All right, so let's go over to this right there. It's 9 inches. And let's go to this number right there. That makes 9 inches. At the 30.
Can you tell everybody again what you're working on tonight?
I am working on my hashtag blocks. And we're going to make hearts now to go with my hashtag heart quilt. And they're going to be really easy. So I'm starting with 9-inch squares. Most videos that you've seen, like Missouri Star and so on and so forth, they used 10-inch squares. I am using 9-inch squares. So I need to we're going to cut every single one of these in half, by the way, because I can't just snowball the half parts. So I'm going to cut half of 9. 9 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5. I'm going to cut 5-inch squares. And let me think about this for a second. 5-inch and 3-inch. That's what I'm going to cut. 5-inch and 3-inch. So 5-inch will be for the bottom corners, and I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking right now. 5, 6 cuts. What is 6 cuts? 7 cuts. I need 8 strips. That's what I need to go with all of those, because these will be for the bottom, and I need 2 per block. And then for the top, I'm going to do a 3-inch, and we'll see right now, because we're going to make these like one at a time.
What is the trick you use to cut straight lines? Every time I cut, the material moves, says Anita.
Oh, well, the first thing is to have one of these right here, especially for the long rulers. This works the best for the long rulers. A sharp blade would be the next best trick and tip I can give you. And let's see, what else? A ruler that works well with you, honestly. Like, yeah. I do have to say, every now and again, I get wonky. Oh, it's not wonky, though. I thought it was. It looked wonky for a second, but it's not, because it's not laying but on the mat correctly.
Angela says, can't wait to see how it's finished. Need a shirt that reads, in training with Tiffany's Quilting.
Yeah. Thank you.
They can't hear me.
They can hear you, sort of. When I'm not talking, they can hear you. Did I get 10 cuts already? Or 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need one more for the 5-inch. And anything I cut extra just goes into my scrap bin anyway, so. And excuse me. For anybody that's new to my channel, in the description below every single one of my videos and on my About Me page, I am an affiliate. You can find all the links, as I am an affiliate for plenty of places to shop, as in Fat Quarter Shop, Connecting Threads. Oops, I need this still. My local quilt shop. Connecting Threads, my local quilt shop. SewingMachinesPlus. And Martelli Notions, although nobody's ever actually used my Martelli's Notions link.
And the local quilt shop.
And I said the local.
Yeah, they have Kona cotton jelly rolls for $33 to $35.
Oh, and the local quilt shop has Kona cotton jelly rolls right now for $33 to $35, which is a good deal. All right, I'm going to move those out of the way. And what did I say the other number was I was going to cut? I forgot. I'm going to cut this in half.
I don't know. I'm just running back and forth.
1, 2, 3, 4, half right there. I need this. 4.5 inches is what I'm going to cut in half. And I'm going to do these in halves. Oh, no, I can't do that. Don't do that, Tiffy. Don't do that. I cut these blocks at 9 inches. I want to make a heart. I can't cut it because then I would be making it smaller with a seam. That's not going to work. I need to cut more blocks because I need 10-inch blocks if I'm going to do this. See, look at me, guys. Already I'm messing up. heart. How can I make a heart now that I've already cut 9-inch square? Hold on. Give me 2 seconds to think about this. I need a piece here. I need a piece there. Right to there. And then I need a piece here, and I need a piece there.
Grace said she got her new 2PTL 2010Q yesterday. She's watching videos on how to thread it because she already got thread stuff.
I need a V at the top. Yeah, I can't do it this way. I need to cut 10-inch squares. See, look at me. I was overthinking. Those can just be used for the set-in if I make it on point or not. Look at me, screwing up already. These cuts are good, though. All right, let's cut 10-inch strips real quick. Oh, I'm all disappointed in myself already because I suck at math. And I didn't even think about my seam allowances. Oops. So I need 20, 10, 20, 10, 20 right there. That's okay. I can cut pretty quick. Right here. 20. And if they've said weird stuff. Bad name. Oh, yeah, then delete it. We don't need any of that. Yep. Okay. Let's do that again with this one.
Angela says you're the master of troubleshooting.
I can't believe I just did that, but that's okay. I could still use these squares. Trust me, I will figure out something like putting them on the back or anything. Because guess what? I will still use my over or undercut fabrics. Some way, somehow.
Says you need 9.5 inches.
I'm just going to cut 10s and trim down. You guys, I'm already cutting 10, so. Now, if I made it as a 4-patch style, then I would need 10. So that's probably what I'm going to do is 4-patch style. Just to make it easy on myself.
Did you go to Road to California?
I did not go to Road to California.
I don't know what that is.
It's Quilt Show California, Quilt Show stuff. All right. I'm so glad that I sometimes keep plenty of yardage.
Angela says at least you have more fabric.
Yeah.
We'll use the other fabric.
I will use the rest on the back. I'm telling you guys, I will. It'll be a pieced back. 20 and 10. All right. Back to what I was doing. We're going to turn these into 10-inch squares real quick, and then I'm going to subcut them into 5-inch squares, and then we're going to just build a heart like the Missouri Star Quilt Company way, because I was not thinking when I started, you guys, but I'll get it done quick, because I'll stack them up and sew them all at the same time. Not at the same time, but, you know. Okay. Let's do that. Oh. Yeah, well, we haven't gotten a second one, and I can only plug one. We're on my phone today. Just thought you guys should know that. We're using my phone today. So, where's 10? 18, right there. And 10 be 28, right there. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and split these in half. In half. And in half again. This is a 5-inch Missouri Star ruler. So it's 5 inches wide by 15 inches long. So it's perfect for pre-cuts, which I just made my own of. All right, I'm going to stack all these up out of the way. Move those over. I'm going to grab these and subcut all this. And it's very wrinkled from being on the bolt, but guess what? I'm still going to use it. And I'm using the cutting mat as my Oh my goodness, the word. I'm using my cutting mat as the guide to cut. 1727. That's 10 away from that. I'm going to move that out of the way. And we're going to subcut these. Lining the ruler up along the way, just like that. And subcut them this way too. Making 5-inch squares. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and stack these on this side and stack these on that side. Stack all these on top of that. And then all I have to cut from my white is 2.5-inch strips. I have the 5 inches for the bottom, and then I just need to cut some 2.5-inch strips so I can have 2.5-inch squares for the top part of the heart. And I need double that amount because I need one for each side. And actually, I think I'm going to use 3-inch squares because I want my heart to be really hearty. I want a hearty heart. I want all my points to be nice. Line it up. Line it up. There. 8, 18, and 28. That. Turn it this way. Move that out of the way.
Angela says your thinking process is where we learn. I like that.
Yeah, I know it's a little on the way crazy sad, but you guys pretty much get the gist of what I'm doing. Now that I got my 10-inch squares turned into 5-inch squares. Okay. Here we go. All that is stacked up. Let me cut some 2.5-inch strips now, because that's the only thing I have left to cut. And again, I will use all of these pieces that I didn't use for my after quilt. And this is all I knew. I had only like 2 yards of this stuff. Scott, you don't have to turn the iron on now. This needs to be pressed for me to get some good cuts. Sorry if I hit the microphone, guys. I didn't mean to. All right, so I'm just going to sit here while he gets that iron warmed up and press this last of this 1 yard left. And while he's doing that, I'll subcut the 5-inch squares sitting down here. Just flatten this out, please. All right. Move that back there for a moment. Just sit right here and cut some 5-inch squares.
Ready to go.
Anyways, so what's going on in my life? You guys, I'll tell you. Yes, I can see the comments. Laura, I am making to go with my hashtags. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't see it. I'm just kind of seeing the comments. I think the questions are as important as her answers. Okay, off to the TV room now. Have a good night. I'll still be watching. All right. So now I'm going to cut some 5-inch squares. Nice straight line right here. Then I'll just cut as many as I can from this. And it would help if I was standing because I cannot cut sitting down that many layers. That was so wonky. Don't sit and cut tons of layers. Yeah, just open it up and I'll fold it in half again. So in my quilting room, I have been working on 25 patch blocks, like always. So you guys will have that to look forward to on Wednesday. Every Wednesday I post a 25 patch block. Let's see, what else is going on in my room? I started a project today on Zoom on Becca's channel from Sew Becca. She hosted a Zoom meeting today, and it Everybody was working on projects, and I was like, well, I need something to work on. So I started something new that I will share with you guys at a later time of what I started, because it's kind of just sitting back here in a pile. Actually, I can share with you because I made a single block that's going to go on the back. So I started something with these colors: gray, purple, and blue. All different shades of gray, purple, and blue. And that, my friends, will be a quilt. What else? What else? I'm thinking. Also, comings, things that I'm doing. In February, the 16th through 20th is QuiltCon. That is the world's largest modern Quilt Guild quilt show. So that's quilts hosted from all around the world, and it's being held in Phoenix this year. I will be at QuiltCon this year for Saturday and Sunday, which will be the 19th and 20th. I will be there, but the whole entire QuiltCon is the 16th through the 20th. It's a 4-day event. I can't, I'm not allowed. And yeah, that's where I'll be. So if any of you are out there are going to QuiltCon this year, you will get a chance to meet me at QuiltCon, because that was a last minute decision that I'm going to do that. Actually, not last minute. We kind of knew since the beginning of January. But so that's something I will be doing. And I will be there. So if you guys are, again, it's in Phoenix, Arizona. If you guys are anywhere near Phoenix, Arizona, I will be there on Saturday and Sunday. That's coming up. Also, what else is going on here? You guys, I don't know if you noticed, but I did post the 4-star general sew-along blocks that I'm doing with T-Quilts. And let's see, that's the 21st of every month until that project is done, because that's a sew-along. And let's see, I'm thinking. I did recently post balloons. If you guys haven't saw, this weekend was the Havasu Balloon Fest. And all the hot air balloons, there was over 60 of them, came to town and put themselves up in the air on the only day they could, which was, what was it, Friday or Saturday morning? Friday morning. They went up, and Friday morning at 8 a.m. and I was able to record it because it's been windy all weekend. So they haven't been able to fly since that day. And then, so I made a video on that for those that haven't seen it yet. Those kind of videos don't get as many views because it's not quilting. So, but it's part of my life. I love to watch the hot air balloons. So there's only 2 times a year I go on my roof, and that's when the Balloon Fest happens and 4th of July. That's it. Those are the times of the year that I go on the roof and film things. So
okay, I use spray, and that's the best she's gonna do.
Okay, that's fine. Iron. That's fine. Thank you.
It didn't do too bad, I don't think. It got hot immediately.
All right, so I am making this nice. If you guys have yardage and it's not straight, you guys want to see a trick? Becca just showed this in her video the other day too, but I do the same exact thing. I think a lot of us do, but if you don't know and you're new, so see the wrinkles in that fabric right now because I'm holding it funky? So if I move my fingers, I got my first finger in the middle, the rest of my fingers on the outside, and my thumb on the inside. And if you hold it just right and adjust it, you can make sure that your yardage is nice and flat by just adjusting it with your fingers. You can see that it creates wrinkles. And you'll know it's straight when it is nice and flush. Just thought I'd share that little bits with you. I've shared with you guys before a long time ago about that. I'm going to cut this a little bit easier by folding it on top of itself one more time.
Shelley's going to try your enchilada recipe. She ordered Spike. As soon as it comes, she's going to make it.
Awesome. I love, Spike is one of the only spices I have always loved, even since a little girl. I absolutely 100% have to have that spice. It goes good on so many things. All right, I'm going to straighten this edge. I'm cutting all these layers at a time, so we're going to go right back to this guy. Make sure they're right on top of each other. I'm getting all whatever many layers there. And I'm using the last of my white. That means I need more white. Oh, come on. This doesn't want to cut through 8 layers today. Don't cut like that, guys. No. I don't know why it wasn't cutting. I'm just going to fold it out of the way and cut 1 layer. I'm going to cut 3-inch strips. I'm going to do 3-inch ones. Yeah, because I want my hearts to look really pointy. Two. Three.
Balloonist said that they haven't gotten to send you a note about the balloon rally. Had to go to Phoenix for training and just got back.
4.
So they're going to send you a note about it.
Okay, that's fine, yeah. She flies too.
Oh.
That's why. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 more. 6, because I'll get more 3-inch squares than I will anything else. All right. Move that out of my way momentarily and then subcut. I do better when I cut standing, guys. I just thought I'd let you know. I don't always cut sitting down anymore. I started to for a while, and then I was like, this is not working for me. So then I started standing again. It kills my head and my neck to lean forward like this, but it's so much easier to stand and cut. My cuts are a little bit more accurate this way.
Are you making hearts? Plenty ass?
Yes, I'm making hearts
Or
to go.
ass, I mean.
Yes, I'm making hearts. Hearts, hearts. Lots of hearts to go with my hashtag. Hashtag hearts. Hashtag love. Whatever you want to call it. It's going to be hashtag love. Because that's what I had already decided on.
Is there such a thing as left-handed rulers?
No, rulers are both ways, left or right-handed. Okay, this is going dull. I need to replace that blade. This one is fresh. So this one should be nice to cut through all these layers.
You got 4 cutters on the wall behind you, too.
Nah, I'm just going to use this one because it's a fresher blade. I try to use the 60 millimeter rotary cutter for when I cut through more than 4 layers. Looks like we're using trusty 45 because it has the brand new blade and the other one does not. And another question I want to answer that I've been getting a lot of lately is how often do I change my blades? I change my blades every 3 to 4 months. Depends on how many new videos I have made and all quilts I have made, because I make a lot more than you guys think. Excuse me. They come in 2s. I make a lot of quilts, so I have to change my blade a little bit more often than I used to when I barely made anything, which was every 6 months back then. So now I change my blade all the time. Every 3 to 4 months. It gets kind of expensive, but I buy them on eBay or Amazon just because it's cheaper that way. All right, I'm going to bring all these over here next to me, and I'm going to go ahead and start chain piecing all this stuff on here. And since I have a line from corner to corner on my machine, Thank you. I'm going to just sew from corner to corner on all of these because I'm going to use the trim away. I could use it on the back or whatever with the rest of those 2 big blocks that are too big for, you know. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring this whole stack over here. Move this. No, I don't. I just use whatever. I'm not picky. All right, corner to corner.
Whatever's cheap.
Whatever's cheap, on sale, you know, that kind of thing. right, corner to corner. That's all I'm doing right now because these are going to be the bottoms of my hearts. And I'll come back and sew like a half an inch away from that just so that I can.
Try getting Madam Sew blades. They're cheaper.
We get 10 packs for like $30 or something like that. $35. Somewhere in the 30 range, in the 30 number.
Do you starch your fabric?
No. I starch finished blocks though, sometimes. When I really need to be accurate and precise, then I do. But not really. Not on a regular basis, no. So I'm just going to put these all together. And if you need to draw a line on stuff like this, this isn't really that hard from corner to corner. I know some people have that don't have a straight stitch. You need to sew them in really close together so that the needle don't take it down into the needle plate, because that's a typical thing to happen on a non-straight stitch machine. It gets sucked down in there, making it hard to make half square triangles. So use a leader and an ender, and or just continue on straight chain piecing. I don't think this has a right or wrong side either. I'm just gonna sew these on. My blue has a little bit of a like color variation to it. I don't know. It's not much. It's not going to be noticeable if it's right side or wrong side. I'm not making very many blocks. Just enough to fill in between all those hashtags. Yeah, the Martelli blades are the ones that go with my Martelli cutters, which are these. But I don't actually put Martelli blades in the Martelli cutters. I just use whatever. This one has the Martelli blade in it, but this one does not. This one has a Olfa blade in it, actually. That's the last set of blades we bought. Because they're interchangeable.
Have you ever tried a Quilter's Select rotary cutter?
A Quilter's Select rotary cutter? No, yeah. I don't have one.
Okay. And then they asked, how does it compare to the Martelli? But if you never tried it, I guess
nope, never tried it. I do have Quilter's Select ruler, a single one. That's the 8.5 by 24. That's the Quilter Select. That's the only one I have of that brand. I love it though. If I could afford to buy more of those Quilter Select rulers, I would. They're easy to read, just like my Fiskars. All right, I'm going to have all these for the one side of the bottom of the heart, but I got to go back and stitch a half an inch away. That way I can still have already sewn pieces. For another time. For the back of the quilt, which will be, that's the other time. And then I got to do the second pile. This guy's very wrinkled, but I'm still going to sew them anyway. Why? Because I can. welcome everybody that's joining in. I am working on my hashtag love blocks from the last 3 weeks of Sundays that I've been doing these. And I'm now making hearts to go with it because I want a bigger quilt. All right, last one of these, and I'm going to come back to the top and do a 1/2 inch away stitch. Which shouldn't be too hard to do because I have a 1/2 inch away little guide here. Actually, I don't really need the guide. I'm just gonna, what I think is a 1/2 inch away. That way I'm not wasting nothing. What? I'm kind of like aiming away from my center line that I sewed. I'm aiming with the edge of my foot 1/4 inch away from the line. So I'm using the foot as a guide about 1/4 inch away from that, which makes a 1/2 inch away. Did that make any sense at all? They will be not straight. Because for the life of me, I cannot sew a straight line. But that's okay. I will still make something with it all. If I got the what?
If you got the triangle square, which I don't know anything about them, but what size would you get?
A triangle square? What triangle square? I don't know what triangle square we're talking about here. Beverly, I got the triangle square, which I don't know anything about. What size would you get? I don't know which one you're talking about. I love it too. And if you don't know, I'll tell you, it's a Juki TL2010Q. I've had this is the 6th year now. 2022 makes 6 years of owning this machine. I love it. I've never had a problem. Only once my base plate needed to be refiled and centered. That was the only problem, and that was right when I got the machine. That was the first thing that it was not properly filed. I've never had a problem since. I do all my own maintenance, and the machine to this day still runs as beautiful as it did the day I got it. It's just a little dirty, and there's little cut marks all over this because, well, I've never taken care of this plastic. The rest of it's metal, though, and it looks good. I highly, highly recommend this machine. And if you are interested in one, they sell them on SewingMachinesPlus, which is linked in the description below this video. They're on sale for $999, but that's like an always sale that never goes away. All right.
Beverly said to cut out a triangle square fabric.
I'm lost still. Triangle square fabric. I don't know. You mean a 1/2 square triangle of fabric? And this little thing is called the Cutting Gizmo by the Gypsy Quilter. It looks different now. They don't sell it that looks like this anymore. It looks totally different. For anybody that's curious about that too. They sell them at Fat Quarter Shop though, which is also in the description below my video. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to push products on you, but I know where to find them and I know what they look like.
Do you oil it every time you use it, your machine?
No, I oil it every other day. Or every other 2 days. It depends. If it sits for 2 days because I don't feel like sewing, then I don't touch it at all. There's no need to oil it because there's little reservoirs that stay full. All right, I'm going to trim these guys and then give them to Scott to press. I'm just going to trim in between the two lines.
Jennifer wants to know what you made this afternoon with jelly rolls.
Here is a block with the general idea of what I made with the jelly rolls today from Becca's Zoom chat. So the quilts, the rows are together. I just need to, the rows are made, but I just need to make the rows, if that makes any sense. All right, so this goes with the quilt. That's the discard. This is the width, and that's the discard. Okay. I just got to remember that as I'm cutting these. Discard, sewing. This is the good block. That's the not good.
What's the make and model?
It's a Juki TL 2010Q.
Oh, TL.
Yes,
Okay.
TL 2010Q. They also make a TL 2000QI. It's the same exact machine. I don't know. I don't even know what the difference is. Honestly, if Carissa's here, she'd be able to tell you because she has that one.
Honestly, I haven't seen Carissa yet.
Oh, really?
It's weird. She's normally here.
Yeah, I don't actually know the difference between the 2000 QI and the 2010 Q. I don't really know. There's got to be something to make two different models.
Catherine asks, if your plastic case rotary blades are dried out, can you place sewing machine oil in it?
If your blades are dried out, can you put sewing machine oil in it? Yeah.
And then Bernie asks, where do you have to oil? Talking about the Juki. And Deborah says you oil the Juki.
Yes, you have to oil it, or else it will be weird and dry out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 spots on top, and then there's 2 spots down in the bottom. These reservoirs I haven't seen in like 4 years since I took the top off of this. But the bottom reservoirs are like these little, I don't even think I have something that's the size of the little reservoir that's in there. It's small. It's not very big. It's like the size of half of this right here. That's about how big the reservoir is. So it goes into a thing that's about this big. And it's also round, and it's about this skinny too. So there's a little reservoir under there at that hole. And you just fill it with oil every couple of days. And you have to use a oiler because if you don't, you're going to make a big mess. So this is, where did it go? I just used it this morning, right here. Here's what the oiler looks like. So it's got a long stick on it, and you just put oil, 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 oil. There's 4 spots. The direction book tells you where to oil it. And it does suck it up quite a bit. So when I do take my machine apart, you can see how months of oiling are in my videos because I show you guys how dirty underneath there gets. There's a couple videos in my page about cleaning your machine. And this next cleaning, I actually need to get some sewing machine grease. So I will be greasing it my next cleaning, which needs to be soon, but I haven't ordered the grease yet. So that's that pile, that's that pile.
Deborah says, I need to get an oiler like that.
Yeah, those are the best. They're so convenient to have with the longer tip because it fits in the hole better. That's that pile. That's
are you ready for me to iron?
Yeah, you don't need to iron those. Those are going to go on the back of the quilt.
Oh.
Just,
Grace asks, is it a special oil?
It's sewing machine oil. I got the one that's rated for my Juki.
If your needle squeaks, does that mean it needs oil?
If your needle squeaks? I have never heard a needle squeak, so I don't know. When it needs oil, it sounds dry. You can hear the sound. There's a weird, dry sound to it. It makes the machine sound like it's running hard. If you put oil in it, it makes the machine sound like it's running smooth. And I don't even know if I can overly do it to give you guys a demonstration.
Tell them about your maintenance video. videos that you have more than one of them.
I have more than one of maintenance videos on how to, just this Juki, and I also have one on the brother. I did them both in one video as well at the same time, but I've shown you guys several times how to take the Juki apart and do your own maintenance. There's no need to take it in to get, unless you don't trust yourself taking it apart. It's really easy. The whole tray at the bottom comes off. It's just a plastic tray on the bottom. Everything else is metal, but the bottom tray is plastic, and you just pop that off and press to the color, not the white.
Hold on, you're behind here. Where do you get sewing machine oil?
Anywhere, Amazon, eBay, sewing machine shops. SewingMachinesPlus sells it in the description below. You buy it by the gallon or half a gallon, I think it's called. I think it's a half a gallon. I don't remember how big. It's a pretty big jug. You buy it by that, and you just fill these little thingies. I use the same oil for the Juki and the long arm. So, but the long arm I don't have to oil like I do the Juki. That's just a when I clean it, I put a oil on the lip of the
That's to what side?
shingamabobber to the dark.
That way?
No.
That way?
Yes. Where was I?
Yeah, this thing's hot immediately.
These.
As soon as the plug goes in. Why is that?
I don't know. Let's put some oil in here so you guys can see if you can hear the difference. I just oiled it this morning, so I don't know how much further I can put
this one has like a ceramic bottom
in
and the other one
here.
has steel bottom?
Yeah, probably because it's ceramic. Oh, that's way too full. But we're going to do it on purpose. So there's one hole right in front of the presser foot pressure gauge. There's one next to it right in front of a screw. And then there's two over by the bobbin, behind the bobbin winder, not the two holes that are in front of the bobbin winder, which would be closest to you. You want the ones that are furthest away from you. And those get the oil down on the mechanics that run for the everything that's inside here on the side that your hand wheel is on. Then this one is the one that oils the pressure foot so that this goes up and down nice and easily. And then this one oils the stuff that goes right here to this stuff that goes up and down right here. And then the two down in the bottom oil everything that spins down in the bottom. Vintage Machines, Amazon's awesome random oil. Yeah, as long as it's machine approved for your machine, you can look. They have them usually in the description of every type of those kind of things. If you look at the description, it'll say what machines that it's good for. So let me run this for a second, and you guys can hear the difference. It takes a minute for it to circulate through the oil, I mean. It's starting to change sound already. It gets this like lower pitch sound. I'm used to it. I can also hear when like the bobbin's getting low and stuff, but you get used to those sounds on any one of your machines. You should be able to. It just makes a sound that's different from any other sound. You guys hear that now? It's a lot softer. It probably sounds loud on the video though, because it is through a microphone. It just sounds cleaner, you know? It's not like it's clean. It's just the sound of the way everything moves. It's freshly oiled. But again, I do need to grease the machine because it's 6 years since I've added grease to it, so.
Not oil? Grease?
Grease. It needs grease around the teeth that are in there. The gear teeth need oil on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not oil, grease. Sorry.
Well, I can go get grease bad.
It needs to be machine grease. I have to get some online. I don't know. Oh, I'm missing some comments.
Are they questions?
Just passed away today from complications. Prayers, Heather. Save up to get the Juki machine. Is there about 2,000 in Australia? Wow, that's a big price jump. Wow. Crazy. Yep, $2,000. That's $1,000 more than here. That's crazy. How many stitches per minute? 1,500. It was weird that I kind of like thought in my head, somebody's going to ask that too. That's why I was like, jumped right to it. 1,500.
It's a big thing in Australia. Or else maybe the machines come from somewhere else.
Grease for sewing machines only. The featherweight shop has it. We don't have a featherweight shop here. I don't even know where to get a featherweight besides online. What? Oh, that's going to end up in the seam allowance. I really don't care about that. I tried to line it up when I trimmed it all, but... Huh?
Those ones too?
You could press those if you want to, but those aren't for what I'm currently doing, no.
So no, I'm not doing those ones?
Yep. Trying to get as much of this current stuff done so I don't need to worry about the other stuff at the moment. Yep. Everything in Australia seems to be expensive when it comes to sewing and quilting. Yeah, that's crazy. It just sucks that our hobby has to cost so much, you know? Especially since 90% of us donate from our hobby, you know? It's just crazy. How do you know about greasing it? My machine's booklet didn't say anything about that because I've had mine for a long time and I've always maintained my own machines. I know all the inner workings. And mine is a little on the super barely greased side. Like there's barely any grease compared to the way it came when I got it. It was really nice. Now those are the times you would want to take your machine to get it serviced, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it all on my own. Because why? Because I do that. All right, I'm going to come back to the top and sew my 1/2 inch over.
Did you ever replace the threader?
No, I replaced the little thing that the thread goes along. Yes, the thread guide. Yes, I had to replace that. That is one thing, and I think I said that recently to someone else. It breaks so easily. Like you just got to be very careful when you're turning bags or moving things. It happened during bag making, so they do break really easily though. Yeah, that little tiny thing right here. Yeah, that $9 part. But they sell the part, so that's a good thing.
Grease is online. It's called Sew Retro Grease. SEW.
Yep.
What does the grease do?
It goes around the gears. It goes around the gears. Okay, so there's like these teeth thing that are, I don't know how to explain the word for it, but there's these round things in there and they have teeth from them. Metal, they're metal. Everything in there is metal under there. It's a metal bar and 3 of the bars have teeth on it. 2 of them meet up with one. So there's this one that spins this way and then the other ones spin the opposite way because they're teeth and they grab each other as they spin so that this is going up and down while that moves that and while that moves that. The only way I could show you is for you guys to go look at the video of me taking this machine apart, and you can see where it's going to go, because I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take this machine apart, but that's once I get the grease. And I'll show you. I'm going to put a healthy amount of grease into my machine. Oh, Christine, thank you. That's so wonderful. Very appreciated. Very nice. My not so straight sewing lines here. Yeah, I'll explain more of it when I do take the machine apart and grease it. What?
Christine said, thanks for what you do for all of us.
You're welcome. I love to do this. I love to teach you guys. I love to design patterns for you guys to do and follow. And most of all, I love my Sew Sundays where I can hang out with you all.
How often do you oil your machine?
I oil it every other day or every other 2 days. Or just now. When I just did it today, it didn't fit much oil because it was already full. I don't know if you guys can hear the difference, but I can from my end. All right, I'm going to separate all these, trim them, and have Scott press, as then I'm going to get on to the top parts where I'm going to build a flying geese unit on the end. And actually, I think I'm going to use the last of these 5-inch squares and turn them into 2.5-inch squares and do a 3 on one and a 2.5 on the other. Why? Because I can. I want my heart to look, I want it to look hearty.
And it says you make it look easy, and we know it's not.
It is easy. This is easy for me, and I'm sorry if it's not for you. I don't know how else to. I don't know how else to help.
Well, it's your hobby, and you work on it all day.
Yeah.
Too.
This is something I do all day. Not all day, every day, but most days.
Is this the least you can do that you share so much?
That's not going to be ironed. Yes, I appreciate it. That's that pile, that pile. That pile, that pile. I got to talk to myself.
Larry asked, do you buy your pattern, then fabric, or fabric, then pattern?
I design my own pattern, so I guess it would be fabric, then pattern. It's rare that I do someone else's pattern. It's because I have a hard time following other people's directions. And I expect you guys to follow mine. It's so funny. I don't expect you to, but you know, I try to be as descriptive as if you were reading, you know. I just have a hard time myself. I get things so backwards and turned around.
Okay, everybody keeps asking about this grease.
I'm going to get grease.
Okay, you guys understand how a car has different gears? You know, the gears have teeth in, like 2 little sprockets. They need to be greased. The sewing machine has that in the machine parts. It has little teeny tiny gears.
I wish I could show you, but I'm not taking my machine apart right now.
You know, like 2 little round gears, except they have teeth. And they go in each other, and it moves together. You guys get that? I don't know how to explain it without showing you pictures.
Just wait. I will do a video because I do have to get it and do it and show you guys how to do it. Yep. Just like a car. So you know that doohickey that's under the engine that you don't know what it goes to, but it actually runs your transmission. There's teeth in there and they spin. Yeah, that thing. That's what's in the sewing machine. It's the sewing machine's transmission. Yep, that's what it is.
There you go, like a bicycle chain in the spokes. That's
Yeah,
a good one.
that's a good one. Yep.
Are you ready for me to iron?
Almost.
Okay. Well, this stuff is ready as soon as I plug it in. It's hot. There's no wait time. So I've just been unplugging it every time. It's
Okay.
ready now.
Here you go. To the dark again.
To
All
the
right.
dark side. Scotty's going to the dark side.
I'm going to put that one there to there. Thinking to myself real quick. I'll fold that in half real quick. I want to make sure that my heart is going to be hearty. I want the hearty heart. Right there. That one's going to go on the outer side, and then I'm going to take this 5-inch square, and I'm going to cut them down to 2.5. Let's make sure. I'm telling you guys along the way what I'm doing too, okay? We're going to cut this in half and in half. All right, so now 2.5 on this side. Let's fold this in half and see how hearty that's going to look. Yep. Thanks, Scott, for the demo. Was good. Yes, you guys will see. I'll show you when I take my machine apart. For those who've never seen the inside of a machine, it's actually pretty nifty. I can even plug it in and turn it on for you guys to see how it literally spins in there. It's pretty cool. All right, we're gonna do 3-inch on the outside of the heart and 2.5-inch on the inside. So I'm gonna turn all these, and after I sew the 3 inches to the one side, then the 2.5 inches are gonna go on the inner side for the top part of the heart. I want a hearty heart. So that's the numbers. So I'm gonna bring my little 3-inch cuts over here with me, and I'm going to sew these on from corner to corner. And I'm going to break this so that you can see. I'm sewing it from the corner of the white to the corner of the white, so that way when I flip it back like that, it will have one side of the heart, and then the other side of the heart will go on this side. Because like I said, I want a hearty heart. And I'm not going to bother with these ones sewing on the other side of it. I'll do that another time. I'm not worried. I'm just going to trim them away. So I'm on the right side. I'm putting the right side of the heart together. I'm just going to go ahead and chain piece all these on to the right side from corner to corner. Cut them away and then add the 2.5-inch square on the other side. But before I do that, I'm going to do all of these, and the other side will be hooking them to the left. This should be a nice hearty heart, hopefully. I want a hearty heart. And my bobbin is out. Sew that with a no bobbin. Let's put one in there. I'm not putting a full bobbin in because I'm just kind of using up all these bobbins. You will see, Mr. Scotty. Okay, let's bring this back over here and sew this right back again. I have now got hiccups. I'm hoping to get all these heart blocks done in today's video. And then maybe next week I'll finally put the quilt together. I'm like delaying it and delaying it.
A lot about the machine and teaching them a lot about that.
Yep.
That kind of slows things down, but
that's fine. Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nope. Oh, my foot pedal just went all the way under there. My little stopper did not stop it. Oh, another question someone asked me is, how do you keep from hitting the thread cutter on the pedal every time I touch the pedal. And that's quite simple. I'm going to show you exactly how. By bringing my pedal up here. Here's the pedal. Ready? If I do this, that's the thread cutter. If I push down on the bottom, to stop yourself from doing that, don't touch it. Just put the top of your foot, which is your toes, on this top part. You know, I'm not going to like totally so, but just showing you. And just keep the bottom of your foot. Don't rest your whole foot on it. Just keep your foot up on the top. And then when you want to cut, slide your foot to the bottom and cut. Just like that. So just keep your toes up here, slide them down. It actually does not hurt my foot to do that. And I have nerve problems. So you don't have to worry about the way your foot is sitting on it. And you can even rest the pad of your foot with your toes on it. I just use my toes because it's easier and it's kind of like exercise for my toes. But that's how I stop myself from thread cutting. I use my toes up here and then I slide my foot down as I'm ready to cut and then push on the bottom. So that's how that's done. Just in case you guys wanted to know, because I get that question a lot too. There's like so many little quirks, you know. But if you guys could see my foot, and then I don't keep my foot on the pedal when it's not in use either. I lift my foot completely off. I know it's weird, but it also allows you to move your legs so that you're not in one stationary position consistently, which can also cause nerve damage in your legs. So, you know, diabetics, if you're diabetic, definitely move your foot off the pedal as often as you possibly can when it's not in use. So I move my foot off the pedal and I put it around the chair of my, the legs of my chair, because my feet don't touch the floor fully, even with a really low chair like this. So there is a brother version of this machine that's cheaper. There is a Janome version of this machine that is cheaper. There is a Baby Lock Jazz, which is a cheaper version of this machine. But on the Baby Lock Jazz, there's only one thing that's really different. The throat space is actually a little bit longer on the Baby Lock Jazz. And the top of it, right here, this area, is actually a little bit lower. Because I've seen those in person and stuff, and they're like at least 1.5 to 2 inches lower on the top hearth space right here. But everything else is like the same general idea straight stitch machine.
Sandy said hers was cutting when it wasn't supposed to. So her husband took it apart, put silicone in there or something that worked.
Oh, interesting. That's a good fix. They also make a thing that you can buy at the, you know, wherever you buy the machine, whatever shop you buy it at. If you use SewingMachinesPlus, they make a thing that you put around the bottom of it. It's a lock. It's like a plastic thing that goes up and around the bottom, and it's a lock to keep you from pushing down on the thread cutter. And if you want to use a thread cutter, it's actually up here too on the machine. There's a scissor button. I never reach over and do that though. I usually just use my foot. It's very responsive, so I just use my foot. Who? Nita. Oh, that's awesome. Those are all nice machines. I've seen them all. They also have, I don't remember that other name of that other machine. Dang it. Is it FAF? FAF? I think FAF has like a straight stitch machine too. I think it's FAF. Now I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure and not 100% sure. Two different things in my mind. So.
Levels to that sureness, huh?
Yeah, there's levels to my sureness. Okay, I'm going back this direction now. Gotta chop all these off. I'm not going to sew the 1/2 inch away on these ones because I'll do it at another time. I'm trying to get this done quicker. I press the thread cutter so many times all my blocks are separated. And this is why my table has scratches, by the way, from the tips of my snips being against the table. I'm so used to just leaning it on the table to cut it. That's why I have so many scratches. It scratches pretty easily, unfortunately. All right, I'm going to trim these away, give them to Scott to press before I add the other side of the top of the heart, and then I'm going to add these guys' 3-inch ones on the left side of them.
Janet wants to know, does the brother have a copy of the Juki?
Yes. It's the PQ 1500. Mom, you're here, right? That's what it's called, right? The PQ 1500. Maybe there's a letter or number after that.
Back, kind of, sort of.
I mean, it stitches the same, doesn't it? It has a straight stitch only machine. You know, a little trick for picking up your rulers easier is to make sure when you're cutting like this and you're like overdoing it, to slide your ruler where it kind of hangs off of your desk or your cutting area. That way it's easier to pick it up with your thumb. So, you know, when you're doing this and you're overcutting, now I can bring this piece over here, grab my ruler, and do this instead of it being stuck on the desk and I'm trying to pick it up. You just slide it off just a little bit so that you can pick it up easier. I don't know if...
Are the copies metal too?
I don't know. Mom, is your machine metal? I don't know. I haven't seen the brother one in person. Well, no, I have. I don't remember if it's metal. That lady at that had that quilt shop that closed and I got a lot of fabric from.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had one of the brother ones.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I didn't buy it though. She wanted $500 for it. The daughter, I should say, because the quilter lady herself died. I don't remember though if it was metal or not. You would think it would be.
She says yes, it's metal.
Okay. I'm pretty sure the Janome and the rest of them are all too then. They should be. I mean, for what they do, they kind of advertise them as semi-industrial. I've always said that my machine is semi-industrial, and that just means you guys saw me last week sew through, what was it, 36 layers of fabric?
A lot.
And then I did, what, half of 36 of flannel? What? No. Yeah, because I kept folding it on the regular fabric, on the regular cotton. It was 36 layers. And I sewed through it like butter. Yeah, so I did 18 then on the flannel. And I didn't have any jean for you guys to me to test jean. But it sews through quite a bit of layers, that's for sure. All right, here's some for you to press. Try to knock these under if you can, like this. That way I don't get them all under and keeping them straight as a square, you know.
Hold on.
It's just like roll it like this.
Stop doing it your way. I'm going to do it my way. So here, it goes like that.
Yes, please.
This is my way.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, let's sew the other sides on to the left side. So I'm just going to sew corner to corner like it's on the right again, but you know what I mean. It'll be the left side.
For those of us that don't know, like me, why does it matter which way it's pressed?
Oh, if we press it to the light, you can see the seam. You can see the color of fabric behind the white. Most whites are see-through. And if you use a lot of white, you're going to see that seam allowance through it. And even when you quilt it, you're still going to see that seam allowance. And if you hold it up to the light, so say you have a completely finished quilt and you have a lighter backing on your quilt that's all sorts of dark colors with a white background fabric, and you hold it up to the light, you're going to see every single seam allowance right through your quilt, even with cotton batting. It's crazy. So that's why it matters what direction we press it.
Okay. I'm sure I've asked you that before, but I don't remember. Might as well ask again.
Nothing wrong with asking questions, Mr. Scotty.
Well, most of the time it doesn't matter. That's why
I need to see if the Singer Industrial takes the same bobbins as my current Singer. Don't Singers have the bobbins with the holes in them? Like my old brother machine used to have. It had holy bobbins is what I call them, because they had a bunch of little circle holes all the way around the circle bobbin. I love having a dedicated straight stitch. Yes. My machine just sewed through the end of one of those flower straight pins. Boy, was I scared. Woo! Yeah, you need to be careful about that. You break a needle. And breaking a needle is no fun, especially if they break just right and the tip of it comes flying at your face. Not fun. I've had that happen so many times. You know how to prevent that? Just don't use needles.
Yeah.
Don't pin anything. I'm just kidding. You can pin. I encourage you to pin. I just don't. Or wear safety goggles. That's Scott's idea. It's funny. And also know if you're switching from a machine that's really slow to a fast-paced machine like this, just try your machine, start with it on turtle and just keep lifting the little knobby up and up and up and up until you're used to it. Because when I first started with this machine, even my second year, I would not be paying attention. And during a live stream, I actually sewed through my finger on this machine. That was not fun. I said a lot of unfavorited words and I kept going with the live stream. I was just hoping I didn't get blood on the fabric. So get used to your machine before you start sewing super fast, because you definitely do not want to sew through your finger. Same thing goes for a long arm. I've sewed through my finger on the long arm too. Twice. And a third time, almost through my finger. It went through the nail instead. It went right through. My nails were a little too long and it overshot the ruler and right at the line of the needle, and it went shoop, right over it. Yep, it was funny. Scott was like, "How did you manage that one?" It's funny. So there was no bloodshed on that one. Tiffany, your 25 block videos have inspired me to spend the weekend cutting 2.5-inch blocks, different colors. Some stacks are only a few, but my stock is growing. Awesome. Yeah, those are very, very fun to do. And in total, I could tell you guys a bazillion times, in total, there will be 90 of those blocks. So as soon as I hit 90, which we're at like 70 something now, as soon as I hit 90, that series is going to end. But there's going to be, ending videos to go with it, because I'm going to show you how I assembled the quilts, So, and if you guys don't know and you join the Facebook group, which is in the description below this video, and join the Facebook group, make sure you answer the questions to join. I will not approve it if you don't answer the questions. I'm just very picky about that, because I've had so many spam try to get into the group. And the two times I did approve the ones that didn't answer the questions, they turned out to be spam and started posting stupid stuff on the Facebook page. So just answer the questions. It's super simple questions. They're easy. And yeah. But in the Facebook group, one of the members has EQ8. I actually have EQ8 too, but I just don't play with it enough. But she has been turning all of the 25 patch blocks into a PDF diagram for you guys, so you can print them up and you can make them whatever color you want. She also has taken the time, the blocks that I say, oh, this would look cute as a quilt itself, just this block over and over again. She has taken the time to actually turn those into a quilt layout as well. So definitely join the group on Facebook so that you can start your 25 patch blocks and or join the group just to hang out with fellow quilters and ask questions and get lots of responses and show off your finished quilts and so on and so forth, or even the projects you're currently working on. Share, share, share. All right, those now need to be cut. Sometimes I find my snipping faster than the little thingamabobber. Kind of go back and forth. I have it right in front of me. I can see my purple thing, but did my camera freeze? Oh, because this thing went blank wherever it's at now. Yeah, I know. All right, let me trim these away. You can always speed it up. All right, so I'm trimming away my excess so that Scott can press, and then we're going to start adding the other side of the heart, which I got to cut these 2.5-inch white pieces down so I don't have to cut any more white fabric because there really wasn't much to cut from in the first place. But I always make do with what I have. So far I've used 20 inches of the 3 colors each that I pulled out to match this little project, and then 28 blocks were made from 28 10-inch layer cake pieces, and the other thing that was used for this project was 28 inches of 1-inch strips to make those blocks. So in total,
Marie wants to know how you're liking the serger. Was it easy or hard to figure out how to thread and use it?
I haven't threaded or anything with it yet. The only thing I've done is serged my grandma's quilt before binding it, and then I've just serged some random stuff just to play with it for a minute. But I will sooner or later. I found the fleece that I bought to make pajama pants. Finally, I didn't know where I had stuck it, and I finally found it in the closet today. So that way I can make some pajama pants, and I'm going to use the serger to do so when I get a chance. I've been really busy with other projects, so I kind of haven't been, but it's sitting right here behind the desk where you guys can't see.
Deborah says, I love your videos because you really see a lot.
Thank you. I know, and I didn't do the multi-camera system. Obviously, I have my computer in here, but my room is kind of a mess, so it would be hard to set up extra camera angles because I have such a mess going on in here right now. So, next time. Where was I though? So so far I've used 28 layer cake squares, 28 inches of white for those.
Is your machine a low shank?
No, it's a high shank.
Okay, so you know what that means.
Yep.
No idea.
Nope, my machine is a high shank. Then I used 20 inches of fabric from 3 different colors for my hearts so far and made 10-inch squares from it. And then I cut about 1.5 yards of the white for the parts for the 5-inch bottoms, and the 2.5 and the 3-inch pieces that are going. Press all these the same exact as you did the last.
Okay.
And the last thing I'm going to do is cut all the rest of the 5-inch squares into 2.5-inch squares. So I'm just going to stack up like a bunch and then cut them into 2.5-inch squares for the other sides. So I'm just going to use my 2.5-inch ruler to do this. Turn those. All right, stack some more up. You could also stack it like paper, but I never trust that. Like I see some people, some quilters online just go like this all nicely, but that's because their fabric is so super flatly starched. I can't never do it unless it was like super starched. But yeah, you could also stack your fabric that way, like paper, if you starch. All my 2.5-inch squares now, and anything that's left over on the 2.5-inch squares, again, it's going to go towards whatever I make for the back of this quilt, which will be my after quilt. That's what it's called, and from Karen Brown with Just Get It Done Quilts. A lot of people have been talking about her lately, about the after quilt. It's kind of funny. I've seen it in like 20 different videos. The video must be going around again for her building the after quilt.
Going viral.
Yep. Oh, she is. She's got over 100,000 or something subscribers. I think it's like 200,000 or something. Yeah. Shoot. Lots of 2.5s now. I'm going to add these. I don't need my 3s. Let's go over there. We're going to grab this, and I'm going to add to this other side now. Creating like a not so flying geese thing going on. Just going to sew from corner to corner of the white, making myself the top of a heart, or at least what I hope ends up looking like a top of a heart. If not, oh well, you guys will have seen me fail. Just kidding. Top clip and everything. Now to make something. 2 Genome machines. My first is Platinum Gem, weighs about 14 pounds. Newest is the Sky 7. Love both machines. That's awesome. I answered the high shank. If we do go to Phoenix QuiltCon, how do we find you and your quilts? Well, I'm not entering any quilts, Deanna. I'm just going with friends down there. So you'll be able to find me because I will be wearing this shirt right here both days. So you'll know it's me. You'll see me. I'll be the one walking around with a camera, trying to film something for my channel. Walking around with friends. I don't know if I'll live stream though, because I don't know how good my phone service will be in Phoenix, because it was really shoddy when I went to Vegas. So I don't know about Phoenix if it's going to be just the same, with kind of junky service.
When were you in Vegas with your phone?
When I did the thing.
Not this phone.
I meant the service, my service though.
Well, it's T-Mobile, which now bought out Sprint.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. You'll be able to find me though. I'm telling you. I'll put my hair in pigtails even. Then I'll just be like this and you'll find me because I'll just be, oh, look, he's so cute. Don't flip. Hi everyone from Scotland. It's late here, so I'll try to stay on as long as I can. Hi Elaine. We've been doing a lot of reading actually on Scotland lately. Well, Scott has. I just been listening because we watched movies about it. Well, I guess the gist of things kind of movies. All of my piles are like out of color order now.
You should have said what movies we were watching about.
Oh,
William Wallace.
we watched now the word
Braveheart
and
then The Last King.
and then The Last King.
About William Wallace and then Robert the Bruce.
Yep, about William Wallace and Robert the Bruce. My brother found an old faff on the barn that was being demoed. He gave it to me, and it's heavy duty, and I'm afraid to plug it in. Ew, I would be too if it's been sitting in a barn. Never know what kind of mice been eating at it. You really got to give a good look over on machines that have been sitting in places. Like when I first pulled out my machines in the garage, when I first started this quilting endeavor, I definitely made sure that mice didn't eat inside of them because I had them for so many years. And we had a mouse problem. We had a mouse problem many years ago when we moved in here. The house behind us had burnt down, and we had gotten so many rats and mice came this way. Once they finally cleaned up all that trash, then we stopped getting them. So I made sure to, look over my machines because that was crazy. It's 9:30 a.m. in Australia. Woo. Two more for these, and then I'm going to cut these and hand them over to Scott, and then I'll do the other sides of the other hearts, and then I can start putting the 4 patches together. And I'm hoping that I have nice hearty hearts. They're probably going to look really sloppy, but whatever. Okay. Other side. And I need to trim these down. Oh, these are 2.5. So I'm going to make a different pile for these guys because I'm definitely going to make something out of it all later. Just not right now. When I go to quilt this quilt, then that's when I'll start building other stuff. It will be, yes. There will be more. I've done a lot of cutting today. Whew. I had to cut all the pieces earlier for the other quilt that I'm making. The not on camera quilt. Hope you guys are enjoying your time here today. What's our peak so far, Scotty?
3:44 right now. I don't know what your highest was.
Oh, wow. That's a lot of you here.
Close to 7, you only got 15 minutes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to rush. I'm going to rush it because once I get to the 4 patch part, then they will all go together super quickly.
We were talking about wanting to go to Scotland. I said, yeah, we want to go to Scotland too someday. And then one lady, Eileen, says, I'm just ready to go anywhere except the kitchen or the den.
That's funny. hope you guys all have entered over on the giveaway video for my 20K giveaway, where I'm giving away 5 card table runners that I made that you guys didn't even know I was doing, because I'm so stealth like that. I mean, they only take like 45 minutes to make, so. In total, they were like, here, these are ready to press. In total, they were, with quilting and everything, were like, gotta make sure that I'm putting, yep, they're on the right side. Like 2 hours in total to quilt and everything. Each. There's a lot of hours dedicated into my giveaway there. And that will be announced next weekend on next Sew Sunday's video.
Yes, tell them about your giveaway before you get off.
Yeah.
Do that
So
real
make
quick.
sure you enter on that video only. That's the, because I'm picking the winner from that video. So from the comments, using a random comment picker. But you have to listen to the video and follow the directions for those that haven't watched it yet. Because there are some people that are not entering, and I'm not going to pull those into the thingamabobber, the ones that are not entering. They will be pulled out if they accidentally win. Because there are people that said they don't want to enter. They're just commenting because I did a good job on editing the video. And it's quite a funny video at that. I just let the camera roll and kept filming. Huh? Yeah. I never let the camera film the whole entire time, so. Huh? No, I just got to sew them together and that's it. Why?
No, I meant tonight.
Oh, no. This is it. Putting the hearts together. That's the only thing I'm doing.
Okay, well then I don't need to iron these now. We're getting off soon.
Oh, no. I need those done.
That's what I'm asking.
And then these will need to be done too. When I saw the title of it, I thought you were giving away 20,000. No, that's impossible for me to do. That would take like 20 years of work to make that much money just to give it away. Whew. It'd be hard.
Okay, so after this, then I can go to reading?
These ones will need to be ironed.
Not on tonight's video.
Yes, on tonight's video. I'm putting the
You said
hearts
you're going
together.
short. You're going to be over 2 hours then.
Well, just a little bit. I told you to go fast once I start putting it together.
That's every week. I'm going to be on short after 2.5 hours. You go longer and longer.
Learned how to chain piece from your last video. Awesome. Thank you. I'm trying to help you guys speed things up. Although I can't take credit for chain piecing. It's been around forever, but my chain piece, chain iron, chain everything, that is, I don't know if that's all me either, but I assembly line everything. I usually don't on screen because I show you guys how to make like 1 or 2 things, but unless I'm making a whole quilt in one video. I think this has been the longest taking to make quilt in a while that I've had on my channel. Usually don't take me this many videos.
3 weeks in a row. Oh, it's going to be short. It's going to be short. 2 hours later. Short tonight.
Alright, almost with these guys. Then I'll trim them. Thank you, Kathy, for the thumbs up reminder. I think I killed my new Juki. I'm afraid to touch it. What? How did you do that? Ah, 2 more pieces. 3, 1, 2. This is an amazing teacher. I can't read it all. Things thoroughly more than once if necessary. She's also a great friend. Thank you, Kim. Thank you very much. All right, those can go over there. These can get cut apart as as I cut off these pieces.
I still don't see how this is a heart.
You'll see in a minute, because I'm going to start putting them together.
I mean, it doesn't even come to a point. Even if this is the bottom, I don't even know where the rounded part is.
He's really lost on this heart, guys. He doesn't see it yet.
No, I don't. I've been saying this all night. I don't see how we're getting a heart here.
It's going to
I
be.
said it earlier. I'm sure I'll see it when it's done, but I don't understand it.
It's going to be a hearty heart.
I tried to get you to do trivia with the
Oops. That way. Come on. Stick it all up. What is troll about? Is there a troll that somebody missed? Oh. I don't see one. But somebody probably would have already got it by now.
Your angles are awful far off. Are they supposed to be like that?
Yes. Mom out for a friend, another friend video where she told us about the 20,000. Yes, there's a video about my giveaway. That is the video right before this video. Yesterday, it was posted Saturday morning. It says giveaway. Be subscribed. Gotta like the video and make a comment about what it says to make a comment about in the video. All right. Last piece to cut, and then I could start putting them together. All right. Blue, red, brown, blue, red, brown, blue, red. Oops, those go on this side. Those go on that side.
This is the pile I'm not done
Brown.
with. You're still in my not done pile.
Oh.
I still have like 5 whites and all the
Okay,
rest
well, while he's sewing those, I'm going to sew half these hearts together now.
Am I going to iron that too?
No, we don't have to iron them. I'll do them later.
Well, I can iron them. It's just if you want to read comments, you're at the end.
I'm reading. Just curious, does the cutter you use come for left-handed people? Yes, the blue-handled Martelli cutter. If you see a blue one, that's left-handed. The red one is right-handed. It's the same for the big one as well. So now I'm putting the right side of the hearts together. I'm just going to chain piece all of these through. Right sides together. And then when all the left side ones are done, I'll chain piece those together and then I'll connect them down the center. Wish I had a hubby that could iron for me. I'll loan him out if you live close. I'm just kidding. I'm not just kidding, but I'm kidding. Because not very many people live close to me. If you lived close to me, we would hang out. Because I like friends. I'm surprised this bobbin is still going.
This bottom makes it really hard. What side is it supposed to iron? They're both, and it's wrinkling on every piece. Because it was already ironed to that side. Now I'm ironing it over on this side.
Just iron it, whatever.
Well, you're gonna complain I'm doing a bad job.
I would prefer it to the white, but if you can't get it to the white.
Did you not just listen? At the bottom, they're both white. Which
Yeah.
white? Which white? They're both white. It was already ironed to one side. Now when I iron it again, it pushes it to the other side, which makes a big wrinkle on the top.
Oh,
Making it look bad. Making it look bad, which is what I'm trying to ask you, and what do I do about that?
Just press it towards the other side then.
Towards the white?
Yes, towards the white.
Okay. Hence my question. Because you haven't answered it.
Thank you, guys. Tiffany fabric dust tickling. Yes, it is. It tends to do that. And I've been at it all day. Because I've been sewing all day today so far. There is a blue at the bottom of the pile on the table. Not on.
Blues over here still. You need more?
No. So far, every color that I've done has been matchy-matchy.
I have two blues over here if you still need another one.
No, those go to the other side.
You still never answered my question, so they're going either way on the bottom here.
That's fine. They're going to get ironed again anyway when I'm done sewing them all. I knew it. Glad I rolled one more. Good night, Kathy. Anybody that has to leave. Tell Iron Man that the fabric will tell you which way to iron. Yes, it usually does, but this one is not for him. The pile
well, no,
next
see the
to
bottom
the
where the
ruler.
points come together, right here. First she had me iron it one way, and then when I iron it again, it irons over the other way. So it makes a big wrinkle in the bottom here. And she's not telling me what to do about the wrinkle, so I'm just leaving it there because I don't know what to do.
All right.
Because I'm ironing it one way and then a different way.
It's going to go upward. Like that. A blue at the bottom of this one. Ah, I see. Sorry, I just barely in my brain.
Here's the last three blues are right here. I got three left. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So I've got half of a heart done on these. And they will get pressed. And then we'll do the other half of the heart and put them together real quick.
Okay, am I pressing those pieces?
Yep. They're going towards the upper piece. So as I'm laying them like this, they go towards that piece with the 2 points.
Okay, because you said I was done after this. So I'm doing that too?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you'd answer one question I asked you, I would never get mad at you. It'd be amazing, huh?
Let's see. Bye. All right, there we go. All those are ready. And now for these guys. So this is the top of the heart for this side. So oops, we're cream on the bottom.
Mine and this, which way?
Towards the upper one.
What's the upper one?
This one. Towards the empty fabric right here. So towards the 2-piece. I had it to go up towards that.
Okay. The upper one.
Right, put these back in color order. All right, we have brown, blue, red. So just like this, I'm going to sew all these through. I have to go make supper. Enjoy your channel. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for hanging out. I'm still here. Even said anything else from the beginning. I have a busy day tomorrow. Good night, Damali. I enjoyed this live so much. I'm usually able to see the entire thing. I'm almost done with the hearts. Oops. Next. Genevieve here.
I still want to see this heart. Is the heart
I'm here till the end. Grammy Quilter, yes. Huh?
Was the heart going to be in the white or
the color? The heart will be in the color. Enjoyed that. You're so real. Thank you. I try to be myself. That's all I can be. I would struggle if I had to read from a screen. Real life quilting. Daughter is coming over to pick me up for dinner. Enjoy. Good night, Susan. I made Cornish pastries for dinner. Welcome anybody coming in. I'm at that last final thing where I'm like almost done with these, and I could start attaching the hearts together, and then I will have a bunch of hearts. And then I will lay my quilt out on the living room floor off camera to make sure that I don't need to make any more. And if I do, I will make them off camera. But I think this is going to be plenty of both sizes, and then I just have to lay it out. I mean, plenty of both blocks. Tiffany, have you ever tried a Lori Holt book? No, I have not. I don't have very many books. I have some Missouri Star books, and then I have only one shelf of books, and I look at them for the pictures. So I can go, hey, someday I want to make that, you know?
Are you going to show them about the mail today?
Oh, I got mail today, yes. I got a card from Cindy. She sent me a thinking of you card. It's very cute. It's like of a porch, with like everyone has like houses on the East Coast have wraparound porches. We don't have that here. It says just a note expressing thoughts so very seldom stated, how nice you are, how special, and how much appreciated, wishing you happiness. And it's just a little thank you card. Very wonderful. Came from AL. That's Alabama, right? I think so. She is easy to understand for direction. I tried. Oh, for Lori Holt, then yeah, probably. All right. No, that stuff's just that's going to be the back of the quilt. So I'll do all that later. No need. This needs to be ironed now.
Okay.
These are going to be the same exact. These are going to go down this time, this opposite way, down towards the big white.
Okay, your up and down nonsense. Give it to me and tell me then.
Well, it has to. They have to be opposite of each other to nest.
Okay, I don't know what up and down. Give it to me and then tell me. Okay. You're telling me now, and I'm just going to confuse me.
So when you open them, these will be going down that way.
Okay. Put them all on there, give them to me, and tell me which is up and down, like you just did with the last set. I've said it 3 times now. Should I say it a 4th?
Opening these all up. Down this way. That's this way. This seam is folding back to this bottom.
So then turn them around. So it goes this way?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Half of a heart. Almost ready. Almost done. All right. Doo-doo. Hello, everyone. Good night from snowy, cold Lake Okeechobee. No, it does not spell that way. It's Okoboji, Okoboji, Iowa. Keep on keeping on, Tiffany, inspiring me. Me's here in Charleston. Yep. Before I leave to make dinner, I'd like to ask you a few warm thoughts and then on Colorado Canyon fire. Oh no. Who would believe wildfires in California? Oops. Come on, back up that way. Margaret, hello. Better late than never. Hi, Becca. It's fine. You're fine. Chris, love the color combos on your 4-star General Revisited Block 4. Can't wait to see the next one. Yeah, they all are going to be so bright and cheery. You guys know I like bright colors with my quilts, and my black background sure is making them all pop. It's going to be super awesome. Got quilt loaded on long arm. See, I knew that's what you were still doing since I hadn't seen your name this whole time. First one in the new studio. Yay! Not another fire. They sure need prayers. Ah, come on. I can't do anything until you're done. Another, let's see, good morning from Indonesia. Welcome, Sammy from Indonesia. Hope you are feeling better. Everyone's saying hi to Becca. Yep. So, I'm going to take the ones you've already done so I can start sewing them, okay?
Oh.
All right, so I need some red and some red for now. We're going to put all my red hearts together. So, 2 pieces of a heart, like this. And we're going to put them together. And then we're going to have hearts. Hold on, let me sew it so you can see.
Show me the 2 pieces. See the heart.
He really didn't see a heart. That's funny. All right, so I'm going to sew me some hearts together so that you guys could see. There is my hearty heart. It's a very pointy, hearty heart. I like my pointy heart. All right, these 2 are already right sides together. Right, yep. So I'm just going to sew these. Nesting my middle seam, sewing them down. And there's a second heart. I like my pointy hearts. I think they look very wonderful. And they're going to go great with my hashtags.
So are the hearts going in between the other blocks?
Yes.
The hearts the back?
They're going to go with the other blocks.
Oh.
I wanted something super different. So that's what I'm doing, is something super different. So the hearts will be the love to the hashtag.
Okay, am I ironing these now?
No, these are already done. These are the opposite side of hearts. These are the finished hearts.
So you want me to iron that?
This is all blue. No, you don't have to iron those now. I'm just going to sew these.
Okay, because I unplugged
Oh.
that. So I didn't know.
That's 2 sides.
It's cute.
There's 2 sides to every heart. The left ventricle and the right. Now I'm sewing both. Gotta mend them back together. Three, 4. So there's 4 more. They all look exactly the same, so I'm going to stop showing them. I'm just going to throw them over there. 2 more red hearts, and I'll sew one of each of the other colors and show you guys. Or a few of each, or whatever. I'm just going to get these 2 sewn. At least all the reds will be done. Oops, my little birdie threader went flying. All right. All the red hearts are now sewn. All right, let's see what these cream or brown or tan or whatever you want to call this color. It's creamy to me. Looks like as a heart. So this is what the cream one looks like. I think it looks like a heart to me. Yes, cute heart. All right, let me move those out of the way. The blades are closed. Let me sew like 2 more. And then we'll sew a blue or 2 real quick. that one. All right, let's pull the blues out so I can show you what they're going to look like when sewn. Ooh, the blue ones are going to be just as prominent as the red ones.
Do you use 108 backing fabric?
Yes, I do. Yep. I use it mainly for quilts that are like queen size or bigger. I don't really use it for smaller quilts. For smaller quilts, like if it's like 60 by 80, I'll usually just piece together like 6 yards of fabric because it's easier that way than it is to pay for a 108 when I have so many different fabrics to choose from in here that I could just slop together. I don't really make matching backings as for the fronts, you know. I don't worry about if the back of my quilt matches the front at all. They should be, it's not ironed, but it should be like 9.5 or something. I'm going to be trimming them straight. So they're 9 1/4 by 9 1/4. So they're like 9 1/4. I knew I would lose size with them. So that's why I'm kind of glad I went with the 10-inch square instead of trying it with the 9-inch because I knew it was going to be too small because my other blocks are 9-inch. So these are what they look like. I mean, where'd those other ones go? Probably hearts and I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how I'll do it, but these guys will be mixed. So we're just going to imagine this right now. I have a big, huge pile of junk that needs to move, but I'm going to give you guys a little bit of an imaginatory.
What size does the heart block measure?
9 1/4 by 9 1/4 right now, but I'm going to trim them all to 9 inches, the same as my thing. So I'm probably going to lose some points, but that's okay. Why? Because I wasn't really thinking when I did everything. So it's going to be like this. It's going to be like a heart block, and then a hashtag block, and then a heart block, and then a hashtag block. And where's the other heart blocks? Heart block, hashtag block. That's what I'm going to do with these. Instead of lining them up, I'm going to do this. Just like that. So every other block will be heart and hashtag. I think it was a good call to do this because I like it and I wanted a bigger quilt. So, yep, I'm going to show right now. So this right here is the idea behind it right there. So my hashtags are hashtag love now because there's hearts mixed in. Obviously, I'll move the colors around and stuff when I sew them all together, but every other block will be a heart and a hashtag. Heart and hashtag. Just like that. Obviously, nothing's pressed, nothing's trimmed, but this is what I'll be doing. And it'll probably start with one of these because I don't know if there's as many hearts as there is hashtags. I think I cut an exact amount, but we'll see. This is what I'll do. Plus, it still creates, if you could see it, it still creates like a square in a square kind of look around the hearts. You guys see that? And it'll create more when I start putting more together. But this is exactly what I'm going to do.
Well, they're liking it.
All right. So I'm glad I dug through my fabric for those 3 colors. So there we have it. Put you guys right back there. All right. So hopefully you guys get the general idea of what I'm doing. By next week, I'm just going to finish piecing everything and I'm going to put everything together. So by next Sunday, I'll be able to just show you guys the quilt because this is taking too long and I'd rather just get it done and then show you. You guys got the general idea of the 2 different blocks I'm using now. It made it easier to do them both. So
how wide did you cut the hashtag strip?
1 inch. So the hashtags were a 10-inch square. Then I stacked them all up and cut them on the diagonal and then sewed them back together to make an hourglass or quarter square triangle block. Then I cut that 2.5 inches away from the center and then moved the pieces around. As you can see, these 4 pieces are in the same spot. The only thing that turned was the center, and these got turned all the way around. So then those are put together. So that would be video 1, which was 3 Sundays ago. And then today was the hearts, which I started with a 10-inch square. And I added 5-inch squares on the bottom here. And then a 3-inch square on the outside here and a 2.5 inch on the inside here. So that I have a nice hearty heart. Like it's really tight. It's a tight heart. And then
says do a red and blue flange and edge.
Oh yeah, I can do the red and blue because I have plenty of that for my border. Yeah, or maybe my binding. It could be for the binding. And then, yeah, I'm just going to put it together. You guys will see it when I get it mostly done. But that's pretty much what I did. All the last 3 weeks of videos in this video is all based on this quilt. So, all right. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and you haven't. Hit that bell, get notifications. If you guys haven't caught the giveaway video, make sure you go over to that video and do what it says in the video. It's only a 5-minute long video. And that way you can be entered to win one of 5 card table runner. Let me show these real quick before I get off because you guys really haven't seen them all the way. But make sure you comment on that video only or you will not get entered. Here's one. This is quilted with a flower and leaf all over type thing. The back of this one says, loves me not. That's in pink. Like that. And that's number 1 and it has a green binding. Yep, just real quickly like. Number 2 is this one. This one is the one I made. No, that's not the one I made in the tutorial. And then this one's back is a big yellow in flower. And this one has the orange binding. They all are signed by me too, just in case you guys were wondering. I did put my signature on them all on a little tag because this is the one I made in the tutorial for the card trick, card table runner, not card trick, card table runner. This is the tutorial one. This one is custom quilted. Well, they're all custom quilted, but this one's super custom quilted with a blue and flowery back. And then this one I had super fun, and this one did not use scraps. This one actually used my good fabric. This one is my favorite, my favorite one. And this one has butterflies quilted in it. So it's not just a meander, but there's actually butterflies quilted in here because the fabric is butterflies. And the back is a tablecloth blue with hearts and stars. So it's a gingham.
Gingham.
It's not actual gingham though. It's the actual fabric one. It's the fabric, the cotton version. And last but not least is a second one of that first one, except this one's quilted differently, and they both have different card squares in this along the centers, but they all have the same backing and everything. But the quilting is different, so they both have another tablecloth kind of fabric on the back. So they just have different squares that run along them. But there's 2 of those. They both have the same binding and background fabric. They're all kind of varied in size, but about 21 by 52 or something like that, or 21 by 50, something like that. They're all about that size. So if you go over to that video, which is the video that if you go under videos, it's the video before today's video. It was yesterday's. Says giveaway. Do what it says to sign up, and you could be one of 5 people to win a table runner. And I'm also going to be packaging them up in random packages, throwing it on the floor, letting them mix up so that I forget, and you will get a random one. There's going to be no picking. You just get whatever comes to you because I don't want to send so-and-so this one and then they really wanted that. You know what I mean? I'm just going to, whatever happens, happens. That's how they're going to go in the mail. All right, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to go watch a movie and eat some food. So I want to thank you guys all for hanging out for today's Sew Sunday. I'm glad y'all stuck around. All right. All right, I don't see anything else, so I'm going to let you guys go. Have a good night, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your quilty friends, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. That's okay. I knew you were typing. Bye, 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 bye.